What's going on YouTube? It's Jordan with J-Dubs Aquatics, bringing you yet another video for my Do's and Don'ts series. And today's topic is going to be saltwater water changes. Very important topic. It's pretty heavily debated. I'm going to give you my opinions on what you should and shouldn't do with water changes. And there's a lot of variation from tank to tank because everybody's system is different. But again, I'm just going to give you my opinions on the basics of saltwater water changes. First thing, get yourself a quality test kit. Make sure you're testing for nitrate, phosphate, all that good stuff. And in most cases, most people's setups, their main nutrient export is not water changes for saltwater. We have other ways of doing so: protein skimmers, reactors, refugiums. All these things are much better ways of exporting nutrients than by simply doing massive water changes. Don't use generalized info such as a 10-gallon water change should get a 10%, a 10-gallon tank should get a 10% weekly water change, because you can't really say that, because you're just talking about a 10-gallon tank. You don't know what kind of filtration it has, you know, what kind of nutrient export they have on it, and what their stocking is like, how many fish they have. All that is very important when you're trying to determine your water change schedule. Always siphon out solid waste as much as you can. Detritus building up is never a good thing, and your flow is going to be very important there as well. You should base your water changes, again, off of your equipment and nutrient export. A 10-gallon with just a hang-on back filter and no other filtration is obviously going to need much larger regular water changes than a system that has a efficient protein skimmer, biopellet reactor, refugium. Any one of these things, or a combination of them, is going to give you a lot longer time before you need to do a water change, because you have so many other ways of nutrient export. Don't do large water changes like 50 to 75%. A lot of corals and invertebrates are going to be sensitive to changes in your levels, and some fish as well. If you need to, because of not having other nutrient export, you need to match your parameters spot on as much as you can, meaning your alkalinity, calcium, salinity, temperature, pH, everything needs to be spot on if you're doing a large water change. Not saying that they can't be done, because I have had to do a large water change in here before, but you need to be very careful about matching all of your parameters if you do so. My recommendations: always follow the brand specific directions when you're mixing your new salt for the water change. As I have learned that there are some salts that are very different in the way that they recommend that you mix them up, such as Red Sea Coral Pro Salt needs to be used within a few hours of mixing, and some salts are better off being mixed for 24 hours or more. So again, always read the directions on your salt when you're mixing up new salt. Don't forget to turn off any equipment such as heater that may be exposed at the surface. Your auto top off could be devastating if you left an auto top off plugged in while you did a water change and didn't realize it. If your pumps, like mine, are towards the surface, you'll need to turn those off while you do your water change. And be sure to use a bacterial additive when you're doing your water changes, such as microbe lift. I'll show you an example. It's a bacterial aquarium balancer. It's a great product, and this is going to just boost your beneficial bacteria on your live rock and sand, and help with the nitrifying process. So that's my 2 cents on water changes in saltwater. If you have something to add, or you disagree with something I said, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, If you have a suggestion for the next week's topic, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, that's it. Thanks for watching, and happy fish keeping.